Okay, so I want to do a video today on SQL, the group by SQL keyword. Uh, and that's another thing I want to touch on before I really get into this. I have been hearing people say functions and statements and call things a lot of different things in SQL. So I just want to kind of clarify that first. So select is a keyword, from is a keyword, this is a statement, also a query. So I've heard people say functions, and although there are functions in SQL, this isn't a function, it's a keyword. Okay. So I wanted to talk about the group by keyword because it is very interesting. And sometimes people don't really focus on what it's supposed to do. So the group by statement groups rows that have the same values into summary rows. Okay, we're going to type select, and I want to select the customer ID, the customer's first name, customer's last name, and I'm going to do a summary on, I want the sum of the amount each customer spent. Let's say total sales. Now our from keyword, this is the part that we're going to go into and explain where we want to get this data from or get this information from. We want this from the customer. I think it's customer. Inner join on payment table, P, and we're going to link them on customer ID. E dot customer ID. Okay, so we have an aggregate here, so we have to use the join because that is the first error that you will get. So you have to make sure we're joining all columns. Basically, the purpose of the group by is going to group all the information that is identical. So this is why we're doing this here. Now, I want to, you could order by as well, but I just wanted to show you what we have so far. So we have the select by customer ID, first name, last name, and we're getting the sum of each, the sum of the sales for each customer ID, first name and last name. So that should give us the sum of each individual um, customer. And I think everything is good. What do you think? Okay, let's see. All right, so we have that there. Now it probably would be a little better if we could order it by the customer ID. At least we can have some kind of order here. Okay, so we have it ordered by the customer ID, and it looks like, okay, so it looks like we have 599 rows. I want you to take a look at that. Now, if you make the mistake and place the amount here as well, I want you to see what that does. Now it gives you 4,677 rows. Why? Well, the reason is because of this group, the definition of the group by. See, what happens is it's going to group everything that's alike into a summary row. So it can do that with the customer ID. If there's several identical customer IDs, first name and last name, so each time a customer make a purchase or a rental, there all of this information will appear identical. The customer ID, the first name and last name, these columns will always appear every purchase a customer makes. So each purchase would have this identical information on it. Unfortunately, the amount will not be identical. So when we group by and we put the amount there, it doesn't group the amount because the amounts are separate. Their amounts are different. So as you can see here, because we ordered by that, look at Mary Smith here. Mary Smith, we had the same customer ID, same first name, same last name, but look at all these different amounts for Mary Smith. Excuse me, look at all these different amounts for Mary Smith. And it didn't put them into one because it can't. The goal is Group By combines everything that's identical. And when it got down to the amount, it located all these different amounts and just kept them individually. So you had to be careful here to not put by there. And just remember how the purpose of Group By is easy to kind of forget. We assume that Group By is just putting a group of things together in one place, but the goal of Group By is to group rows that have the same values into summary rows. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed my content, please like, subscribe, and share the video. All right. Peace.